But I'm doing everything I can to optimize my own health and my own lifestyle. And the only way I can do that is by continuing to surpass my own threshold of my comfort zone.
It's you are not only preaching certain principles, but you're personifying the principles in which you're teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the personification of those principles you're teaching and preaching is really all people care about.
Definitely. And honestly, I think that type of like going through an experience to get that growth aspect from it is something that I'm going to be doing coming up. Actually, I'm going to do the 75 hard challenge. I don't know if you've heard about that or not, but so it's 75 days straight of a gallon of water, 2 45-minute workouts, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. Regardless, I mean, if it's a tornado outside and lightning, I mean,
still do it.
Yeah,
you've seen my snaps.
I mean, if you're about it, you're about it. But okay, gallon of water, 2 45-minute workouts, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. Nice. You have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. It recommends usually like type of self-help or something like that.
10 pages a day?
Yeah, 10 pages a day.
These are all a day for 70 days.
Yeah, this is
75 days.
75 days straight. You have to take a progression photo. You don't have to necessarily post it every day, but you have to take it.
Right, for your own self-accountability.
Yes. And then
I promote to all my clients on purpose, which is beautiful that they're doing that.
Yeah. The fifth thing is you have to maintain your whatever diet you're on, whatever it is. But you have to maintain it strictly for those 75 days. And you have no cheat meal, no cheat day, regardless, whatever. Yeah, I'm starting that on Monday.
Okay. No, that's dope. Yeah, it's definitely setting a goal, whether it's short term or long term, is only beneficial. So let's say the short term goal is I need to pay my bills this month. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, go get a job. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, then you get the job and then you pay those bills, and that's fulfilling. You set that goal, you achieve that goal, and then you can come home every night after work and legit decompress knowing that you've set that goal and accomplished it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Basic survival, let's just say. That's the goal, basic survival in 2021 in the society we live in terms of like just needing to survive. Back in the day, survival was predicated and worthiness and all this stuff was predicated off of literally having to survive, which is a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But point is, so back then they didn't have to set goals intentionally. The goal was just to survive every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is fulfilling enough. So, it's just important to set some goal, whether short term or long term, and achieve it, because you start realizing the gratification and the fulfillment and the worthiness that is a manifesting result of those goal setting and achieving.
Yeah.
So you doing a 75-day challenge, a 75-day savage challenge of just consistent daily accountability through those specific objectives and chores, let's say, that's only gonna teach you lessons long lasting for the rest of your life that are only going to be beneficial.
Yeah, like I think it is important for people to set those goals and get that experience from it for real, because I mean, they're not overbearing, demands that this challenge is really asking.
A gallon a day, which you should be doing anyway.
You should be doing that
10
anyway.
10 pages of a book a day, like
exactly. I mean, just replace whatever you're scrolling on your phone with a nonfiction book. I mean,
and it could even be a nonfiction book on your phone.
Exactly. Right. I mean, there are blogs, there are Google Scholar has PDF files, 10 pages plus everywhere. If you're really that invested, just do it that way.
Right.
I mean, it's that simple, and it's free content. You're not having to pay anything for it.
Yeah. Similar to what we're offering right now.
Exactly.
But really realistically, that's the thing. Like people, like similar with, let's kind of talk about macronutrients and how you've been, before we even talk about macronutrients and how you've been helping really change people's lives. And that's the thing, like, are you starting to legit feel the effects of your teaching onto other people and how long lasting it can be? You're so early in it that you haven't had any clients for like multiple years or anything.
Right.
But you've started an initial change in enough people that do you feel as though, are you starting to get a true fulfillment in seeing the fruits of your labor by teaching these people and helping these people out in their fitness journey?
Oh, 100%. And I think even more with that, it's also why I'm doing the 75-day challenge too, because it's like, I want to set a standard for myself, and I want my clients to look at me as somebody that is not only, trying to lay the map for them to better their lives, but I'm doing everything I can to optimize my own health and my own lifestyle. And the only way I can do that is by continuing to surpass my own threshold of my comfort zone.
It's you are not only preaching certain principles, but you're personifying the principles in which you're teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the personification of those principles you're teaching and preaching is really all people care about. Like people don't want to hear about me giving them advice on the benefits of fasting unless I'm consistently doing like what I do by fasting consistently.
And honestly,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And really, I think the first real life example I think I've ever gotten from seeing somebody personify whatever it is that they're teaching or researching, whatever, was your process going through writing the book. I mean, everything in terms of what you wrote about, you experienced in some level, some degree, like shaving your head, fasting, like those were what you wrote about, those people back then, that time, day and age, everything. Like, you were about to blow smoke in that book without going through the struggle of doing it. And that's like, as somebody, third party watching somebody go through that, you can only hold a level of respect for that. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, you telling people to go run in the snow, okay, you can't help but respect that because you're out there running in the snow, not just running in the snow, but in shorts that like nobody is wearing for the winter time. So it's like,
or no shirt at all.
Or no shirt at all. Right. Exactly. It's just that I think pushed me a little bit more to be like, all right, I can, if Mitchell can do that, then I can do that too. Like, and it's really rewarding to see both of our growth.
Right. First of all, you got to realize how rewarding it is for me to see our growth, especially because I literally didn't see your growth until I saw your growth. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like it was like when you blocked me on everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you blocked me on everything, and I see one day, I'm like, Tiana look mad thin in this picture.
What? Savage?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And then you're posting like some actual like wise, mindful shit. And then I could only help but think, all right, motherfucker, you posting all this mindful stuff, but still got me blocked on everything. So how mindful can you be? You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm thinking then at a certain point. And as I'm thinking that, let's just say a couple days into that thought process, you end up reaching out to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which was proof in the pudding of the mindfulness in action.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, you writing the book, I think, and going through those type of experiences would be kind of like the equivalent in my life of me with how stressful my life was at the end of 2020, removing myself from Kansas City, going to Washington to just be able to remove myself and see my life in everybody's perspective that wasn't my own, so I could know what being mindful actually is.
Right.
Is like the same thing of that experience of your growth and my personal growth in my life. Yours was for your book. Mine was for my own well-being.
Right.
And essentially, it really was for your well-being too. Literally. Because, I mean, those are things that make you and like build your character.
It set the baseline for those principles that I now personify and continue to preach.
Years later. Exactly.
So... Oh,
nice.
Is that a little unified consciousness?
I think it was.